Hello, my name is Don Peppers, and welcome back to Peppers Unplugged. In our most recent book, Extreme Trust, Honesty as a Competitive Advantage, Martha Rogers and I argue that consumers are holding businesses now to a higher standard of trustworthiness than they did before. This is because rising levels of interactivity create more transparency. Interactivity itself thrives on trust, so the more we interact, the more trust we expect in those we interact with, whether they are other people or the businesses that we buy from and do business with. The argument is that the kind of trustworthiness that's expected in the future is what Martha Rogers and I call trustability, proactive trustworthiness. It's no longer sufficient simply to passively do what you say you're going to do and charge what you say you're going to charge. If you're a business, your customers are soon going to be expecting you to proactively watch out for their interests, prevent them from making mistakes, remind them when a warranty period is almost up, those kinds of things. Even perhaps counseling them that they may be buying too much for their needs. Now, there are a few examples of that already. Online companies largely. Amazon is a great example. If you try to buy a book from Amazon that you already bought before, then they'll warn you. You already bought this book from Amazon. Are you sure you want to buy it again? They'll sell it to you again. They just want to make sure that you're not making a mistake. They're being proactively trustworthy. They're watching out for your interests on a proactive basis. The fact that all businesses are going to be migrating toward this higher standard of trustworthiness, what we call trustability, means that there are many business opportunities for current businesses to steal a march on their competitors by being the first in their category to be trustable. Let me give you an example. The other day, my wife and I came home from dinner and we found that our cable TV service was out. It's on the fritz. I called the cable service and they said, yep, sorry, there's an outage in your area. We expect to have service restored by 10:30 or 11 this evening. Okay, I get that. I understand that. So the next day I called the cable operator. It happened to be Comcast. And Comcast is a good company. They have their ups and downs, but I don't hold against them that they have an occasional service outage. They're only, human like everybody else, and there are going to be problems. So I called Comcast and I said I wanted a refund for that day because the service was out. And the service rep had my record right away. Yes, sir, you did. You were subject to that outage, so we're going to give you the refund. But then I said, by the way, you going to give the refund to everybody who experienced the outage or just to me? And he said, no, we only give it to those who call. Now, it's not illegal or even unethical for Comcast not to give a refund to somebody who doesn't ask for one. But it's not trustable. It's trustworthy, but it's not proactively trustworthy. Think of the business opportunity represented for a company like Comcast. Suppose you came home one day and there's an email message to you from your cable company. Our service was out for 12 hours today, or 2 hours, or 6 hours, and under the terms of our customer agreement, we're going to give you a refund of X dollars on your monthly bill. Wouldn't you suddenly think that company is really working on your side? Now, you could also argue that it would be expensive for Comcast to undertake this. It's going to be expensive. There are thousands of refunds like that they would voluntarily offer to consumers. The refunds are tiny, they're small, each of the refunds is small, but there's thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of them that they might offer. But it's not really their choice because sooner or later one of their competitors is going to do it. So a company like Comcast could do it now and have an advantage over their competitors and be seen as a company with the reputation for always acting in the customer's interest and protecting the customer at all costs, or they can be a follower. Our argument is this is an inevitable change. It's inevitable. It's a speeding train coming down the track. The only question for a company like Comcast or Charter or any other company, any company in any business is, do you want to be on the train or do you want to stand on the track?